Y'all, peace and blessings, everybody. This is OHF. We're going to have a fast debunk. This is going to be a quick, nice, fast, easy, direct debunk. I am going to share this later with everybody, but right now, let's go through it. If you're reading the title right now, you're seeing that we're going to explore a talking point from a certain community, and this talking point is Black means dead in the eyes of law. We're going to explore that. And we're going to go through the claims. We're going to go through the actual dictionaries. And we're going to do this in about 5 minutes. It'll be a quick debunk. This is just good information for everybody to know. Once you know it, I no longer have possession of it. It's your information for you to share to others. I do not have a monopoly on information or debunks. So the thing is, once I give it away, it is for the community. I do not have a monopoly on knowledge. I am learning. Like everybody else. We're all students. And right now, we're going to explore a claim. This is the claim we're going to explore. The claim is black, the term black, right? Does that mean dead in the eyes of law according to the Black Laws Dictionary? That is a very common talking point. Right now, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go through it. We're going to talk about this actual claim. We're going to do it right now. So let me get ready to share my screen. Okay, this right here is a definition, right? Let's explore it. Okay, so right now, if you're looking at my screen, you're seeing this is the second edition. This is a free online edition of the Black Laws Dictionary. What I did today was I did a post earlier on my Instagram feed and my Facebook feed. And what these posts showed was the first edition, second edition, third edition, and the fourth edition, the definition of the word negro. We also shared the definition of another word, which means dead in the eyes of law. Before we hit the other word, I want to hit this word right here. I want everybody to read it. It's a pretty easy, quick debunk. It's no refuting this. The people that are making this claim are directing you to this dictionary, and yet the dictionary does not support their claim, which means people are literally not looking at the actual words inside the dictionary. All right, so let's go through it right now. So what is a negro? According to the Black Laws Dictionary, this is an 1898, the second edition. It says the word negro means a black, one who descended from the African race and does not commonly include mulatto. There's a case called Felix versus the state where that was handled. But the laws of the different states are not uniform in this respect, some including the description of a Negro who has 1/8 or more African blood. So there's also the quadroon law. I don't know. And there's also an octoroon law. So that means you can be a slave if you are 1/8 African heritage. So it depends on a state. You have states like Louisiana. We have a low percentage of African heritage for some of those slaves. They look practically white. And you have what you would call an octoroon or a quadroon. Because of the amount of blood. It obviously depends on the state. Felix versus the state, they're actually having a discussion about what it means to be a Negro. Within that discussion, the close, they finally define a Negro as a person who is ultimately of pure African descent, but it also can include, and it may include a person who was mixed race or what they call a colored person. But a colored person would be a more broad, general explanation for a person who was mixed race. So this right here is a definition. We're all looking at it. The word is simply Negro means a black man of African descent. So it's talking about a person with dark pigment who is black. That is a very direct definition. The people are always directing you to the Black Laws Dictionary, yet they're not looking at the actual words. These are the words. This is the court case. This is the Felix versus the state. Felix versus Alabama. Real court case. I encourage everybody to look it up. I won't do that today. I will follow up with another part of the debunk. And I will share my screen. And once again, this is important to understand. This stuff is made up. People are making up claims. They're not able to support these claims. So I'm going to Share my screen again. And after this, we will close this off. All right. Right now, I'm going to show the second part of this debunk. And we're going to bury this talking point forever. All right. So this right here is a Latin term right here. This is called civiliter mortuus. I want everybody to repeat that. This word is civiliter mortuus. I'm going to say it one more time. This word right here is civiliter mortuus. It means civilly dead, dead in the eyes of laws, the condition of one who has lost civil rights and is accounted dead in law, right? That's what this means. So when you hear the word dead in the eyes of law, you're referring to this specific Latin definition, which literally means a civilian that's dead. We know where the word mortuary comes from. This word right here, mortuus, we know what a civilian is, right? That means a person who is no longer here. So this is what this definition is. I'm going to read it one more time, and then we're going to bury this stupid argument forever. You can't really refute this because the first, the second, the third, and the fourth Black Laws Dictionary do not have definitions for the word black that coincide with this. This is the definition of dead in the eyes of law, civiliter mortuus. I will read it once more. Civilly dead, dead in the eyes of law, the condition of one who has lost civil rights and capabilities and is accounted dead in law. That's what that means. The first, second, third, fourth, and I think his name is John Bouvier. He also has a dictionary as well. And then within his dictionaries, he also supports the same definition. He has a court case associated with it. It's pretty specific, talking about that person. So the issue is the term black does not mean dead in the eyes of law in the Black Laws Dictionary. It is a ridiculous, outdated talking point that we need to bury and that they need to bury. It is something that is totally unequivocally unsupported by the evidence. Let me cut my screen on so we can see my face. So like I'm stating, this right here is something that's just not true. And we need to understand that the Black Laws Dictionary is not supporting these definitions. There's also another term called Afro, which we're still having a ridiculous debate about. Afro means a person of African heritage. We can look at the actual institutions that were called Afro in the 1890s. And those institutions within their mission statement are defining themselves as African institutions. And they're using that term African simultaneously with the word Afro. And that is common within the 1890s. So if there's any confusion about that term Afro meaning something different from Afro-American, not supported. Another ridiculous claim that we need to deal with. Aboriginal, not meaning Native American, not supported by the evidence. So I will be back on here live again doing the debunks. This was something that I wanted to hit yesterday live on the Clubhouse. I didn't get a chance to, but now we all know civiliter mortuus. I want to say it again. Civiliter mortuus is the word that we all need to remember. That is dead in the eyes of law. And we also need to remember the term negro means a black man of the African race. That's supported by every single version of that Black Laws Dictionary. They're using the term black to define a negro, and they're using the term civiliter mortuus to define somebody who is dead in the law. Big correction. We need to deal with it. On that note, everybody, please, let's correct this information, this false information. I don't care if you're on the other side. Once you see that it's false information, it's your obligation to also correct it as well. On that note, peace and blessings. I share the ancestors, and I will be back on here maybe sometimes later on this weekend.